Tonight on Business Prime, government taking steps to increase the stake in oil and mining concessions abandoned by foreign entities.
GNPC, if you watch this year, has also taken steps to increase our interest in controlling interest in some of these blocks, especially where foreign companies are seeking to exit from the Ghana market.
Marking 10 years of operations, Energy Ministry charges natural gas transporter West African Gas Pipeline Company to ensure continuous supply in making Ghana a power hub.
It is therefore important for WAPCO and gas producers in our region to review our business plans with the view to taking advantage of new emerging markets, whilst pursuing our resolve to find innovative ways of financing gas projects.
And Easter festivities are taking shape. We'll take you to the Ghana Paragliding Festival, spearheaded by the Ghana Tourism Authority.
The intention is not to make this a yearly ritual. We've engaged with the pilots to see how we can make this an all year round activity. And so in the next...
Stay with us for more. We begin with commodities. Government is taking steps to increase the state's interest in some mining oil and gas concessions that have been abandoned by foreign entities. The move is part of measures to ensure that the country does not lose out on many opportunities in the extractive sector. The Deputy Minister of Finance, John Kumah, told Joy Business that progress has been made to ensure the country earns more from the sector. Here's more in this report. Speaking after launching the Ghana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report for 2019, the Deputy Finance Minister, John Kumah, said the mining, oil and gas sector initiatives undertaken by government will yield some results. Many stakeholders have bemoaned the low rate of revenue from the extractive sector in the past decades, although commodity prices have seen a significant increase, a situation government has begun steps to address in order to enhance revenue mobilization.
As has been done every year, these recommendations will be taken on board to influence policy direction and to help improve transparency in the extractive sector. It's part of government policy to deliberately increase our stakes in some of these mining and oil and gas sector companies. And GNPC, if you watch this year, has also taken steps to increase our interest in controlling interest in some of these blocks, especially where foreign companies are seeking to exit from the Ghana market. Government is taking advantage to increase our shareholding in some of these companies.
The Deputy Minister for Energy, Dr. Amin Adam, disclosed that after the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation increased its stake in the Jubilee field, it has further made progress with negotiations to increase the interest of the state in Accra AGM energy blocks.
As a small producing country, we in Ghana are also taking measures to increase our stake in producing fields to generate more revenue for the state and to support GNPC's operations. In this wise, ladies and gentlemen, GNPC has successfully increased its stake in the Jubilee fields by 7%, whilst negotiating to increase our shares in the Accra Energy and AGM blocks. As we increase our commercial interest, ladies and gentlemen, the demand for transparency and accountability also will increase.
The Ghana Chamber of Mines is urging its members to further engage and collaborate with governments to enhance the mining sector, particularly reducing illegal mining activity. Now, this is coming after Fraser Institute's annual survey of mining companies ranked Ghana as the second most attractive mining destination in Africa after Morocco. Speaking at the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between ZARCO Limited and the University of Mines and Technology, the Chief Executive Suleiman Kone urged industry players to be strategic and proactive in dealing with issues concerning the sector.
Of the MOU between the University of Mines and Technology and ZARCO Ghana Limited as a partnership to bridge the gap between academia and industry using activated carbons. The role of the university is to provide technology to support the input of ZARCO that will support the mining industry. Here is the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Suleiman Kone.
What is required in the mining industry is activated carbon. And that requires another stage of production, which is activation. So this is where the University of Mines and Technology is going to really partner with them with the required technology and knowledge base for them to be able to do this for the mining industry. Yes, this is the first time we are going to produce activated carbon meant for the mining industry locally. We've heard a few people saying that, yes, they have activated carbon, but based upon what we know, it is not of the quality required in the mining industry. And that's why we are actually backing this, because we know that UMAT has the required knowledge base and technology to be able to do this for the mining industry in Ghana. It's always about engaging with each other, finding out from industry players what their challenges are. And it's also about us going to government to say, these are the challenges we have. What can we do working together? So it's not just government coming to the table.
Vice Chancellor at the University of Mines and Technology, Professor Richard Amankwa, said the move, when sustained, will save the mining industry cost.
For us, this is a very great one because the activated carbon industry, actually, we need about, let's say, $9 million every year in Ghana. So if even we can produce half of that in Ghana, then it's going to be great, because it will help save Ghana a lot of dollars and at the same time increase national value addition. So for us as a university, going from the lab to commercial space is great.
Chief Executive Officer of ZARCO Ghana Limited, Sule Amin Abdullahi, also said Ghana has a large market to absorb activated carbons.
Well, this partnership is about meeting each other halfway. So the university, which is the UMAT, has some expertise that we don't have. And then we also have some expertise, which is in the first stage of the activated carbon production. So we are putting these two resources that we have at our disposal together, hence this partnership, so we could meet each other and serve the market.
The activated carbons are to complement other chemicals used in the mining industry.
Now, the Energy Ministry has charged natural gas transporter West Africa Gas Pipeline Company, WAPCO, to ensure continuous supply in making Ghana a power hub. According to Deputy Minister of Energy Mohammed Amin Adam, reliable source of gas will aid the country generate enough power to meet demand in the West African sub-region. The company has recently witnessed a surge in gas supply with over 200 million standard cubic feet per day from Nigeria and Takoradi. Speaking at the commemoration of the 10 years of commercial operation in Tema, Amin Adam asked WAPCO to ride on experiences to access new markets. We have more in this report.
Africa Gas Pipeline Company Limited, WAPCO, operates a 678-kilometer infrastructure which currently spans 4 countries, namely Nigeria, Benin, Togo, and Ghana. The infrastructure enables transportation of gas from Nigeria to demand points in the remaining countries. The celebration in Tema was in 2 parts, with stakeholders unveiling a plaque at Tema Regulating and Metering Station and later converging to celebrate the milestone. Deputy Energy Minister Mohammed Amin Adam says continuous supply of gas is a great factor in Ghana's quest to remain a power hub in the sub-region.
Particularly, the gas industry is faced with global uncertainties as well as opportunities on account of the European Union's search for new gas suppliers, higher gas prices globally, and declining financing for oil and gas projects as a result of the energy transition. It is therefore important for WAPCO and gas producers in our region to review our business plans with the view to taking advantage of new emerging markets, whilst pursuing our resolve to find innovative ways of financing gas projects in line with our policy to develop our gas resources as transition fuel for the transformation of our economies. We wish that WAPCO will leverage the experiences gained to further collaborate with other partners in the sector to make Ghana a hub for reliable, efficient, and cleaner generation of power.
Managing Director of WAPCO, Greg Germani, says the company is committed to ensuring reliable and safe gas supply with its partners.
That gas supply that went to Tema was a combination of gas from our facility at Takoradi, coming from the Ghana gas pipeline, the offshore oil and gas fields in Ghana, as well as from Nigeria, our original supply point. We saw in total, when you look at Tema, Lome, and Cotonou, over that 215 million standard cubic feet a day of gas delivering on it. We have gradually seen, with the improvement in supply now of both Nigeria and Ghana, we have seen growth at both Tema, Lome, and Cotonou as they increase the number of power generation converting from liquid fuels in a lot of cases at power plants to much cleaner natural gas. Great job by the One WAPCO, of course, great job by all our stakeholders.
Meanwhile, for former board member of WAPCO and Chief Executive Officer of Volta River Authority, Kukwa Otre, gas will continue to play an important role in Ghana's energy plan.
Most of West Africa, electricity from areas of surplus, Ghana right now is an area of surplus to countries where they don't have electricity. So this idea of regional integration is really fundamental to the region's success and to the individual country's success as well. And I think government recognizes that. Can we do it without it? The answer is probably not. What is nice is that gas is sort of in between. Gas is seen as a transition fuel, and we have a lot of gas. So gas could play a very important role in that energy transition while we look for other sources of power like solar and wind. So gas will play a key role going forward.
As part of the celebration, some staff who have served for 15 years were awarded. Other stakeholders, including VRA, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Treasury Authority, and Security, took part in the celebration.
Now, the oil and gas industry in Ghana may in the coming years record a higher number of local participation. More Ghanaian students and researchers pursuing geophysical sciences and engineering are set to receive an in-depth technical know-how in oil and gas exploration. Two geophysical software companies, GeoSoftware and DGB Earth Science, are assisting the Department of Physics, KNUST, to train students and researchers. We have more in this report.
In the oil and gas industry still remains an elusive subject in a government spectacle. Despite the legislative instruments governing the subject, providing locals with the expertise for the industry is a daunting challenge. Professor Akwasi Echampong is an associate professor of geophysics at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
If you look at our gas, oil and gas program, there's a local component, local content, where those industries are supposed to employ Ghanaians. But those people need to be trained well in order to be able to fit, to be able to compete. The fact that there's a local component doesn't mean that anybody at all can be employed.
Over the past decade, students resort to industrial training prior to the recruitment, a plight the management describes as worrying. Due to the lack of teaching software, graduates are only equipped with the needed skills by the oil and gas companies.
You see, if you are to send students somewhere, you are limited as per even the number of students who can be sent elsewhere to be trained. But if you have the software here and you can train them here, then that limitation is no longer there.
With the three softwares donated by the DGB Earth Science and GeoSoftware companies, students will be trained comprehensively for oil and gas industry. The software will also aid researchers to expand the knowledge base in petroleum exploration in Ghana. Dr. Cyril Boateng is a lecturer at the Department of Physics, KNUST.
The DGBF Sciences is donating Open Detect seismic interpretation software. So that's used for the data we take for finding oil and gas. It's called seismic data. All right. So they are donating that software so that we can interpret the data that we get. All right. And then the second company, Joe Software, they are donating 2 components: Hamson Russell and then PowerLog. Those 2 are also for seismic interpretation, reservoir characterization. That just means that it helps us to understand what is under the ground so that we can know where the oil is.
Emmanuel Bright Kweku reporting.
Now, a senior lecturer at the Finance Department of the University of Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, has urged government to implement entrepreneurship initiatives devoid of political patronage. Government, through the Ghana Enterprise Agency and the National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, is set to roll out its novel U-Start program to transform the economy and create more jobs. But Dr. Amwa wants government to strategically target qualified persons and support them financially instead of considering only political loyalists. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of Entrepreneurship and Small Business Index.
Of the Professor Money series and presentation of Entrepreneurship and Small-Scale Business Index was under the theme Financial Literacy, the pivotal human capital resource for innovation and development in entrepreneurship and small business management. The initiative is to educate entrepreneurs on financial literacy and create its awareness for the business community in Ghana. Dr. entreated entrepreneurs to inculcate the habit of investing in human capital to expand their businesses.
Partly yes, partly no. Partly yes in the sense that we have heard of initiatives like NEIP, we have heard of the U-Start initiative, and then some other initiatives that the government is talking about. If only it will be properly targeted as those who need it, and it will not be a view of, let's say, political patronage, then we believe that we can have the needed, benefits that we are expecting to get from some of these initiatives. On the other hand, if you talk to entrepreneurs, they also talk about the issue of capital, they talk about the issue of access to market, they talk about some of the administrative side of registering business and dealing with the regulatory authorities. We believe that if the state can look at some of these things, then we are going to create that environment for entrepreneurship and small business enterprises to thrive.
Dean of Sustainable Development at the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, Professor Anthony Amwa, said based on their findings on the 83 entrepreneurs, confidence of entrepreneurs is still high regardless of the volatility in the economy.
Currently, we believe that there is this kind of uncertainty in the business environment. So what we decided to do was to find out from the micro, the small, the medium enterprises, their view in terms of their expectation in the business environment for the next 6 months. And we have evidence empirically to show, based on a small sample though, to show that it is not all gloomy as it appears. We have evidence to show that the confidence level is high, not very high, it's just high.
The initiative is to largely aid the youth and entrepreneurs in their quest to expand their businesses and boost the economy.
Now, the chief executive of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Ajiman, has hinted that the paragliding activities marked annually at the Oduanuma Mountains will soon be an all-year-round event. More in this report ahead of paragliding festivities as part of the Easter activity.
The Paragliding Festival is an annual event held during Easter. Seasoned pilots from around the world are invited to fly hundreds of people during the 3 to 4 day event at Oduanuma Mountains in Kwewu Etibie. The event has over the years flown thousands of people and given them memorable experiences. But speaking at the official launch of the 2022 paragliding festivity, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Ajiman, noted that the activity will be held all year round to promote the sector.
I believe that from today through to Monday, all the security and necessary health protocols will be duly observed. We know the benefits that this festival brings to the region and also to the Kwewu area. And so I don't want to belabor the point, but I want to urge all the operators in the value chain the food vendors, the hoteliers, the entertainment centers, those who are going to organize concerts. Let us all put our best foot forward. Our intention is not to make this a yearly ritual. We've engaged with the pilots to see how we can make this an all year round activity. And so in the next few weeks, we'll be making further announcements on that.
The Deputy Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts, Mark Okreku-Mante, said major activities have been put in place to attract festive revelers. He charged patrons, especially the youth, to take the opportunity to network.
The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture has a target of 2.3 billion USD for 2022. Activities like this will play a major role in achieving this target. Every Ghanaian today, I will urge you all to support tourism, because tourism is only a marketing product, but the beneficiaries are all of us. And so we should have an interest, whether you work at a hotel, a taxi driver, you cook, everything, because when the tourist comes in, everybody has a chance of benefiting. And that is how we are pushing to make tourism the #1 contributor to the GDP of Ghana.
However, the Municipal Chief Executive of Kowu South Municipality, Emmanuel Ofori-Atta Sr., expressed joy of the coming back of the paragliding festivity after the break.
In the year 2020, when the region was preparing for its annual homecoming and Easter celebration, the country was hit with the deadly coronavirus COVID-19. Since then, it has been 2 long years the Kowu Easter Festival was celebrated. The local economy of the region, especially those of Kowu East, Kowu South, Kowu West assemblies, took a nosedive to the suspension of Easter Festival. Small and medium-scale entrepreneurs had to divert their investments with some going complete out of business. The hospitality industry took the greatest of shock. This festival has over the years gained international recognition and attention, which has been put the region on the world map of tourism.
So, Mr. John Yao Agbeko has taken the first flight for the 2022 Paragliding Festival. Airborne now.
Well, of course, let's now bring you basic ways by which you could, pitch your business ideas to invest prospective investors in today's edition of Fund It.
Hello, everyone. You are once again welcome to your 1-minute financial business tips with me, Dr. Thelma of the Desert Dew Services and Consultancy. In our previous session, we talked about the originality of your idea. Today, we are going to talk about who you have on your team, i.e., make sure you choose your team wisely. Funders would want to know who else is going to work on your team. And so in putting a team together, always make sure that you bring in the right people, those with the right skill set, those with the experience, and also the knowledge as well, so that your business idea can be pushed to the next level. Funders would want to know who exactly is on your team. One way of also convincing funders is that you have the right team, the people with the right skills, the right mindset, and everything it takes for your team to be a successful one. And so make sure that you convince funders that you have the right team at your disposal to help you use your business or put your business to the next level. Thank you for your time and see you in the next session. Thank you, Labadi Beach, for hosting us.
Thank you very much for your time here on Prime Business with me, Charles Ayitey. I'll leave you with international business news, as of which we have Prime Sports with Oreko Ampofo. Do stay with us.